That's okay. That's okay.
Oh, we
Get a little
back.
more in you.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for a new episode of Coach's Corner. And I'm going to introduce my coach and co-host, John David Jackson, Paige Sujan. You guys go ahead and take the show.
alright. Alright, welcome back. Welcome back. It's Paige Suche. I'm here with my coach, John David Jackson. And this is Coach's Corner. Raw and uncut, no scripts, no edits. And yo, we're here with Bryant Jennings. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Finally.
Yeah. It took a minute, but yo, we got in.
Man.
Got in. So
So
yo,
my, go ahead.
how'd you and John first meet? How do you guys know each other?
What
Um,
was what was he was what was your manager's name?
Jay Prince?
He was Jay Prince's assistant.
Difference, eh?
Yeah, you talking about Josh.
Not Josh. That was a lawyer. The brother from
Tony?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That was my introduction.
Oh, okay. Damn. I thought it was Josh. Okay, it was
Well,
Tony.
Josh was second, but Tony was got the ball rolling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, that was 2015.
Oh,
2015.
2015.
10,
Okay.
10 years ago. 11 years ago. Damn.
11 years ago. Crazy.
Yeah.
Man.
All right. Well, let's get into it. Yo, when
So let
did
me so, so let me ask you a question then. Before you did boxing, started boxing. Then was it football that you were doing?
No, but I mean like football, I played football in high school.
No, the reason why
So
I actually let me ask you, the reason I asked you that because they when I first before I met you, they said this guy's it was it was something you were good in, real good.
well, fixing shit.
Okay.
Shit, I mean, look, I was good
Okay.
at everything,
What
but
sport? Okay, what sport were you in that was really
well, no, I
your
mean,
thing?
they
talented?
they they might they might have tried to highlight football, but that was in high school. I mean, so I guess
Yeah.
I guess what they tried to do was literally just add something in to create the story.
Oh, word.
But
Yeah.
everybody played football in high school,
Yeah.
I did play
so
football in high school.
What
there you go.
position did you play?
I
There you
played
go.
defensive end.
Were you good? Did you
Yeah,
get
I know.
offers?
I was good. I definitely was good.
Yeah. You
I
got
was good.
offers college?
Yeah, I had all that top prospects and all that. But that was like if I like that was in I graduated in '03 and I started boxing in 2009.
You started boxing when you were pretty late. Like, how old were you?
I was 24 years old.
24 when you started boxing.
Yeah,
Like,
when I started. And I graduated high school at 17, 18. So you figure like and then I never played for college or anything. So it was like they dating
so
back.
what did you after you're done high school? Yo, you're expected to go to play college and football. You don't play college and football. What do you do in between those years before starting boxing?
I mean, I was living life. I started working a job with like building for building engineer, building maintenance and stuff like that.
In
And
Philadelphia?
yeah, in Philly.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I would just do that and just I mean, it wasn't nothing really special athletically that
Yeah.
I actually pursued, afterward that would keep me in line to be able to get into boxing late.
Then if that was how it was, and then what actually got you interested in
Yeah.
boxing?
So it was Fred,
Okay.
my first coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Fred would literally hound me. He been hounding me since I was little.
Mm.
You know,
Like
come
how
on,
old?
you need to get in there, huh?
Like how old was he bugging you?
Shit, since I was like 12.
Oh.
Yeah,
So he's
12, 13, maybe
been around.
14. So at a young enough age to start, you know,
Yeah.
um, and that didn't. I just was like, nah, I was playing like football, and then afterwards, I didn't really have a passion enough for boxing, so
Yeah.
I didn't really think of that. I didn't really think of that path.
Then
So
what?
then
Then
what
what really got
sparked
you?
it?
Yeah. What
What
got you
sparked
really
it?
to start
I
becoming a
mean,
fighter?
his persistence, and I guess it's still like boxing was really still associated with like the aspect of security, protectiveness, and
Yeah.
like masculinity in a way.
Yeah.
It's like And so sometimes it started off like a challenge, like, oh, let me see if you could do this, let me see if you could do that, or you can't beat this person, you can't beat that person or whatever. And those kind of games kind of like drew me a little bit closer to it. But it was also his persistence, well, more importantly, his persistence to be like, come on, I need you to come in to just do this for
So
me.
so when you started boxing, did you have like a goal where you like, yo, I'm gonna fight, or were you just doing it just to do it? Like,
Yeah,
what was
yeah.
your
I didn't
mindset
have a
going
I didn't
into
have a
it?
goal. I didn't have a goal at all. Yeah, my goal was pretty much whatever they wanted me, whatever he wanted, and for real shit, it's like whatever he wanted, like that was my goal for him, and
Yeah.
I understood of course, like money was always a goal. Like, damn, well, we could make money, we could do this, but like no individual goals as far as like trying to like achieve certain things for me personally. Of course, within the highest levels of boxing, to say, okay, become heavyweight champ. But
Mm-hmm.
for me personally, it was just like do my thing, make money, get rich, and
Yeah.
and then everything else was on the backs of everybody that was, that brought me
Were,
to the game.
were there other fighters in the gym, like when you were coming up, like when you started, like were there higher level fighters in there that you
Yeah,
seen
yeah,
that,
it
okay?
was yeah, it was a couple higher level fighters in there. And definitely there was a lot of higher level fighters that came from that gym. At that particular time, there were a couple people that turned pro before me, or that or that was amateur as well, or like people that were either getting into it or getting out of it. So it was an active gym for sure.
Mm. So yo, you started. How many amateur fights did you have?
So total amateur fights I had 17.
Only 17.
That's
Yeah,
it.
17, and that happened from January to October. After October, it was like, all right, come on, we turning pro.
Yeah.
So that goal already set for you? Was
Yeah.
that
What to turn pro?
Yeah.
in a short amount of time? Like, well, was like we're gonna
Like
fight so
on
many
the tenth
fights,
fight, where
and
you
then
like, yo, I'm gonna
It
go pro soon.
Yeah, but it wasn't set. It was set for me, but not by me.
okay,
And I didn't necessarily knew what it took. I just knew that they kept telling me that I had what it took.
Yeah.
And I believe so in a sense, because everything that I was put up against, or everyone that I was put up against, I would do my thing, and it kind of started to look like what I would see on TV a little bit.
Mm-hmm. So yo, that first pro fight, what did that feel like?
First pro fight, I fought somebody that I knew. I
Yeah, in the
mean, just
amateur.
no, no, I knew
well,
him. I knew him from around. Like I sparred him
yeah.
before and all that stuff like that.
Well,
Yeah.
But
let me take it back. Let me take it back a little bit. What your first amateur fight feel like? Yeah, butterflies. Were you nervous? Were you like sure of yourself?
no, no, no. I was, I wasn't nervous, but they had me in these. I think the shoes. I don't know, man. I think somebody said the shoes was Malik's. I never mentioned that Malik Scott.
Yeah,
Um, I think they said it was his old shoes or some shit like that, because I didn't have no boxing shoes or whatever. So they put me, because my first fight happened 31 days after being in the gym.
they were rushing you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and so
Well, you must
I,
have
I,
been
I wish I
good. You
could get
must
that.
have been good. Like you must have been good if they were rushing you into
yeah. Don't
all
get his head
these
all
fights.
big right now.
Yeah,
He's like, yo, I don't. You're acting like you don't really
I'm
know
messing with him.
anything.
I'm messing with him.
I was a big motherfucker in shape. So but yeah, I think the first pair of shoes was Malik. So I was kind of like I wasn't nervous or nothing. And we fought at Front Street Gym, and we fought the Spanish kid who just kept coming forward and stuff like that. And I mean, I just remember myself just swinging for the fences, like
Hey,
and,
Yeah.
to know him is to meet him in person. You see how big his hands are. His brother got some big
yeah,
hands.
yeah,
He's
Well,
yeah,
he, Pow, he slapped. Whew.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can see that. So how in your first fight, you knew the guy. We from the same gym, same area.
Yeah, yeah, he was pretty much from the same gym. He would come in and out from time to time, and I did spar him before, but it still was different. It was
Yeah.
totally different from from
not
from
yeah.
actually like sparring him before
To
and
the
actually
actual
fighting
fight.
him. Yeah, it was
Was it
it
a
was
hard
totally.
fight? Was it a hard first fight or what?
No, it wasn't a hard first fight, but it was kind of hard to knock him out because you had 4 rounds to knock somebody out,
Mm.
and I tried, but it just wasn't. Nah, like yeah, I realized afterwards that you have to certain things come together when you performing for knockouts and stuff like that. It's either
Yeah,
that or somebody literally just they come to get knocked out, and he wasn't trying to do that.
Was that your first pro fight or your amateur fight?
that was
My
his
first
first.
pro fight,
Okay, well, let me think. Well, let me take it back. You listen. You made it to the final of the Golden Glove. So,
right?
how did it feel as an amateur? How did it feel when you first got in the ring?
Yeah,
Were you nervous? Come on.
basically within like the first time like I said, I wasn't nervous. I just was swinging for the fences. But when
Mm-hmm.
it came to like, keep, doing certain stuff, I think my second fight was Joey DeWico, and
Yeah.
I fought an open guy. Yeah, I fought an open guy like right away. Like I went open,
Yeah,
like open class. I went open class like right away.
Yeah.
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 I went open class right away,
How'd you do
and
against that fight? Did you win?
so I won, but they said that I lost. But then I was able to go forward. So that was for like the Golden Glove tournament,
Okay.
Oh,
and yeah. So after that, I went and then I fought some guy in Pittsburgh, and then I stopped him, and then I was able to go to the Nationals, which was in Salt Lake City,
Mm.
mm.
and
How many fights you go in internationals? 5 fights. This is 5 fights in.
three damn near.
3 fights in.
Yeah, three, shit. I mean, I had one fight, and then I fought. Then I went into the Golden Gloves. Like I can't
Mm.
think of no other fight that I had before all of that. Yeah, I went right
Yeah.
in.
So how was the? You said you went in Golden Gloves or Nationals first?
No, the Golden Gloves, and then Golden Glove Nationals.
So how was the Golden Glove Nationals when you first went in there? Your first fight.
So yeah, so no, it was like it was live, it was real,
Lots of people. Yeah.
big dudes, like give me like Bud Night, knocking somebody right off, like and I made it all the way to the finals. Like I fought every single night, so it was 5 fights that week.
And
Mm.
four
Fought
and
five
the
times.
4 fights leading up to the finals, you knocked everybody out.
No, I didn't knock everybody out, but no,
Stopped
I
them.
was just I would say knocking them off, like like just
Knocking them
like
down. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
One
yeah,
by
just
one.
beating them. It was one guy knocked down, and then the one guy that I did fight, he wound up being the UFC heavyweight champion at one point in time.
Mm.
It was
Oh,
his name was Stipe Miocic, and Stipe fought out of Cleveland. Yeah, I fought Stipe I think 2 times, and then it was a guy Terry, no, was it not Terry Lewis? He was out of the Crump gym and all that. Yeah, and I wound up beating him too. Like so, I was beating some good
some
guys.
top level
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, and then
So even though you did well, so was it Fred that decided it was time for you to turn pro when you first turned pro, or did you make that decision?
yeah, because they figure like, look, man, it's time for this cat to make some money.
Yeah.
Let's make us some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, but I was 24, I was 25 at the time. I think it was the better thing to do. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't have
No.
much time.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so when you first turned pro, did you fight for under Russell Pels, or it was just were you free
No,
agent?
we had to. We was free for a few fights. My first fight was I think Kia boxing.
Okay.
That was the promoter or whatever. And then the second fight I fought at the Blue Horizon,
Yeah.
and I knocked the guy out cold, like he uppercut. He was out cold for like 10 minutes. And then third fight we fought. Fuck was the third fight? Third fight we fought, and then I think third fight I think we fought on the Russell card, and
He
then
don't pay.
that
He don't
was
pay. He don't pay much.
yeah. He ain't paying me. He ain't paying much. Yeah. My first my first like 5 fights was like for 750.
Really?
Yeah.
$750.
Whew.
Well, when was your first big paid fight?
When what would we consider big pay?
Yeah, there you go. So let's say 20,000. How about that?
Yeah. Okay, so first twenty
Like some
thousand
money,
was
some change.
And that's not a lot, but you know.
first 20,000 was I think it was when I fought Maurice Byron, or was that even 20? Yeah, when I fought Maurice Byron was the first $20,000 fight. And then when I was fighting all them times I fought on NBC Sports, it was 25,000, right?
Yeah,
Um, so I fought 5 times a year, 4 times on TV, a few main events. I had Kovalev on my undercard,
yeah,
one of the shows. Um, I pretty much say that because it's like what Kovalev wound up doing. It's like damn, like so I was out then, like doing my thing then, and yes, yeah. So I fought. So that's so after that. Well, after I fought my first TV fight or whatever, which was my 11th fight versus Maurice Byron when he was undefeated. And
yeah.
so that was after that was when well no, that fight was when I linked up with um, um what's some people main events with
Okay.
Kathy Duva and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So now it was main events and Russell Peltz collaboration. And then
Yo,
that's when I went on the fight streak on NBC Sports.
so what fight was it like? That the fight that you had that you're like, okay, I can compete with these guys now. I can compete with the top level guys.
I mean, I learned that in the amateurs, but the top level guys, that was when I fought in 2013 in Brooklyn when I fought Sergey Liakovic,
Yep.
and I was like, oh yeah, it's a wrap.
How old were you?
In
30
2013, I think I was
37.
yeah, shit, yeah,
And so you
30.
turned pro
No,
at
not
I'm
38,
messing
25.
with
20.
you.
No, 20. No,
I'm messing with you, bro.
yeah, I'm thinking like, damn, I'm fucking. No, don't make me do math right now. Shit. Um,
I'm messing with you, bro.
yeah, shit.
My bad.
Yeah, yeah, that was still was 20. Yeah, I was probably like 27, 28.
He was pretty well ranked at that time, wasn't he?
Yeah, well he had a yeah, he definitely had a world ranking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely had a world ranking. Yeah,
Well, ninth round. Did you stop in the ninth round?
yeah. Well, he didn't come out for the 10th.
I don't blame him.
Yeah. He was. That was a good joint. And it was
I did.
after that is when Freddie Roos started to say, Brian Jennings is the next best American heavyweight. Because that was around the time we had like Seth Mitchell and then well Wilder wasn't like mainstream yet.
Yeah.
And so he started to get mainstream around the same exact time like I was, and so they would say that that's when me and Wilder rivals started. Yeah,
So in your 15th fight, you got a guy named, help me pronounce the guy's last name, Chris Colville? Colville?
yes, yeah. So Chris Koval, he came after he came after the I
Steve
think that was the
Collins fight.
top. Was I with Top Rank?
I think so, because you fought in Newark, New Jersey still. I
Yeah,
think you
yeah,
did.
yeah. I think I was with Top Rank by that
Yeah.
time. Because
Because
that was the
you
first.
had a
That was
fight in between. You had to fight Steve Collins, then you fought this guy, Chris.
oh, I'm sorry, Chris Koval. I'm
Yeah.
thinking you talking about Dan Martin or whatever the fella
No.
name was. No, okay. Yeah, Chris
Well,
Koval was
I see he's undefeated. He was undefeated until that night. He was 15-0. So, I was a
no,
step
no,
up
no.
for you to a
Chris
degree.
Koval wasn't undefeated.
Oh, you
I
were
think you know.
15-0. My bad.
Yeah, I was 15 and them. But Chris Koval, I knocked him out the first round, like 35
Yeah, I
seconds.
see that. I
Yeah,
see
yeah.
that.
Then he talking about his dad died and all that. And I'm like, damn, my bad, bro. I'm like, yeah.
He shouldn't have
Shit.
got a ring then. He
And
should
the
have
Yeah,
got
nigga,
a
yeah,
you
ring.
got
yeah,
him out there early,
yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah, 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 yeah. He couldn't stand a chance.
Nah,
So
nah,
when before when you first started, were there any guys that you sparred? You said, "Damn, this cat can really box that in that area." Heavyweights that you said, "Man, you really said,
No,
man, this
man.
cat can box."
said nah.
Not in Philly, nobody.
No,
Damn.
not really, not really. To be honest with you, when I first started out, I was sparring. So I was sparring a big guy named Big John Poor. Um, uh, um, Come on, what's the legend name? What's the legend? He passed away.
How about Jimmy Young?
Nah,
Jimmy Young.
Bert Cooper.
Burt Cooper?
Bert
Burt Cooper passed
Bert
away?
Bert yeah, both yeah, Bert Cooper passed away. So I
Oh
was
man,
sparring Bert
no.
Cooper. Bert Cooper was supposed to be trying to make a comeback,
Yeah.
and I was sparring Bert Cooper, and
Did
that was
did he hit you? Did he hit you?
no. I mean he would try to crack back, but now, one thing I came in the game with is defense. Like I
Yeah.
had good defense.
Oh
So
yeah, I know that.
he came with Ron Horn, and Ron Horn passed away as well. Damn, everybody did. God damn. Um,
Hmm.
shit, man, they
Yeah.
did. I don't know, man. But yeah, he used to come to back. He used to come down the gym, and he used to bring people, and I just used to be sparring everybody. But
Yeah.
nobody really.
Well, so was there anybody say when you were coming up that did they ever have you spar with any good pros? They had to.
Travis Kaufman. I was about to mention Travis Kaufman, and then Amir Mansour, um, Steve Cunningham.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, Steve was good. Yeah.
yeah,
That
Steve was
was
good.
good work for you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
You fight anywhere else but the States? Like, have you fought in the UK?
yeah. I fought in the UK
Yeah.
before. Yeah.
How was that? Who'd you fight in the
Uh,
UK?
it was good, but they owe me a win. They owe me a win. And then every
Oh.
time I look at that fight, I'd be like, all right, I probably wasn't. No, man, that dude ain't hit me enough, man. Like he ain't hit me enough. Like he
What
might have
fight
let
was
off a
that for
lot more
you?
punches.
What fight was that for you?
That was Joe Joyce.
Okay.
So he might have let off a lot more punches, but he wasn't landing at all.
Yeah. Nah.
Man, and
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like you can't say somebody won when they're
Nah.
not landing. Like,
You got robbed that fight. You
yeah,
definitely got robbed that
I
fight.
was just like, nah. And people made it seem like, yo, you should have just been more active. And I'm like, bro, like, forget being more active. He's not
He's
landing
not
no punches.
landing. Yeah.
Mm. So and we right here with the fiends, man. They doing transactions in front of the door. But yeah, Philly is a very interesting place, man.
Very
Yes,
rough.
it
Yo, you
is. Yes,
never
it is.
where you when you were at the top, you never wanted to move from Philly. You always wanted to stay there.
Well, I mean,
That's home.
I never, the top, I had a different mindset of what the top was. Yeah, the top was different for me. And I don't think I would say that I ever reached the top.
The top top.
The top is when you can just be like, you can retire. Like very few people literally will kind of like reach the top that I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
so sometimes people get comfortable in a space where it's like, oh, I could do this now, I could do that now. Like, no, I
So
was
did
never
you feel
comfortable.
like you were comfortable?
No, because the
No.
Let
game
me let me
always.
let me help you out with that. Let me tell you. Let me tell you my biggest.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna
because
tell you the
John, yeah,
biggest problem with Bryant can fight. Hell of a fighter. His biggest problem was he doubted himself at what he could do because he started so late. You know, you and I came up. We were kids when we turned when we fought amateur and we kept going.
Mhm.
But he
Yeah.
turned pro so late. He second guessed himself, and that was his biggest problem. Cause he could fight, ain't no doubt. And he'll tell you, he always, can I do this? Or he questioned himself,
Yeah.
and
So
that
yeah,
hurt
it's
him a lot
pretty
of fights
crazy to
because,
start at 24. That's actually
well,
crazy.
he had other things going on in life. And boxing
yeah,
wasn't his first love. Boxing wasn't his first love.
right.
Yeah.
It was
But
those
yeah,
girls.
hey, maybe. Yeah, that's what he was saying before. He's like, "Oh man, John kept telling me stay away from new girls, man. Stay away
Yeah,
from girls."
right, yeah. I told him about the Oscar Rivas
So yo,
fight.
when did the girls start becoming like a real problem for you?
Oh
When he was
man,
10 years old.
a real problem.
Like were they a problem? Like they probably started getting a problem when you started fighting at them high levels, you know?
I
Maybe
mean,
everyone in your city knows you now.
so I've always been I've always been a ladies man. You know, people always want to like believe that about themselves, but I've always been the type of dude that like I'm a come at a girl. I'm gonna say what I want. I'm gonna approach her, and So even when it came to like, I think the better question for me is, you know, like the turnaround for real, because it started to be like I started to get more, not even just more. Well, you got more attention, but
Yeah.
more confidence based off of who I was now. So I would just do more of who I was. And so it wasn't like I was just like taking girls like, come on, you come on, you come on. I was still like making, doing my pursuits. And it still was controlled, but when you doing things at the level I was doing, it just was like nah. Like ain't no it's hard it's hard to really try to like have so many different levels of control. And when you train, you stepped away from the girls. And then now you get 4 or 5 months or however long, to do whatever you want afterwards.
Did you ever go to camp?
Said, did I ever go away to camp?
Like, yeah, go away training camp. Did you ever go away?
Well, yeah. Well, every time I went to Houston, I would go away. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you
But
had
then,
your
but then
training
I'm
camp
training
in
in
Houston?
Houston.
Yeah, I understand that. So you never went to like, I train like I go in the mountains. They have to go to the mountains sometimes. You never went up like in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
mountains and
yeah, yeah.
train.
No, 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 no. Don't take me to the mountains. No.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, yeah. No, I never been to the mountains. But I also ain't never really. I wasn't the one that always. I never. I had an issue. I had an issue with one fight because I literally was like fighting off like one of the highest levels of persistence I've ever seen with a woman, and it was just like, yeah, I did give in, and
Why not?
no, 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 no. She was insistent, but I did give in, um, and I learned my lesson. I learned my lesson in that fight.
Okay, let me. What fight was that with when you learned this lesson?
Oscar Rivas.
Okay.
Look, 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 look. That's almost like new. That's almost like new news to John. Motherfucker, no, God, I knew there was something wrong with you, man.
Nah.
Wait, did John ever coach you?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
John
Oh, man.
coached you?
Oh my God.
When did
What you
John start
mean?
coaching you?
2015.
Yeah.
2015?
Yeah, yeah. 2015.
So how did it
Yeah,
happen? Did you ask him, or you like, yo, I think you'd be a
You
good
missed a
fit?
story, bro.
yeah,
Nah, you
yeah.
you didn't go into the story. You guys just said when you met. You didn't say how he started coaching you.
No, I said I told him who put us together. We didn't go deep into it though.
Oh
Just something
yeah,
just
I
now
know
we're
you.
talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the moment we got together was the moment we started. That was it.
How
Yeah,
long
You
did
know?
he.
you?
It was before the Rivas fight, right?
Yeah, it was Luis Ortiz was the first fight.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
told me you're like, nah, we don't want that.
yeah. And you said, yeah, we want that.
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
don't want,
that,
we don't
that
want.
that's because they was pressuring me. It was pressuring me for it.
Who was pressuring you for that?
Gary Shaw was pressuring me for it.
Yeah,
And and
yeah,
and he was saying that if I don't fight, then I'm gonna have a layoff. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And they,
'Cause
they, were-
you
they
know
was
what?
pressuring me for it.
For him, it was all about the money. It wasn't about how far you should go, what you should do, who should fight. It was all about the money for him. Because if he
Yeah,
cared a
because
little
he
bit
definitely
about
was
you,
trying to break even.
yeah, if he cared about you, he'd listen. That was a winnable fight, and to me, you're winning the fight. But the thing
Right.
is, you need a little bit more season, and we for us to be a little more together a little bit more to make it better for
Right,
you.
yeah, for sure, for sure. That's
He,
that's
but
a
he, but
hard task. That's a hard task your first fight out with a fighter.
yeah,
Like
like
what?
we, yeah, and he
What
was all
year
about the
was
money, so
that?
that was it.
What year was that?
15, right?
2015.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2015.
October 2015.
Was that your first loss?
No, Klitschko was my first loss.
So how'd you come back after your first loss? How'd you feel after that?
I mean, the Klitschko loss was like a win
Yeah.
Yeah.
because technically it was very entertaining, very entertaining fight. Far
Mm.
as the
So,
input, the effort, and the things that I really just didn't endure from Klitschko. So it was like, damn, like you know, yeah.
so
So
going into
that
that
was
fight,
another reason why I didn't need the Ortiz fight afterwards, because like,
yeah. So going into that fight with the limited amateur background that you had, what doubts did you have in your mind? Or did you at that point really have any during that fight?
what? Well, no, I didn't have any, and a lot of times I wouldn't have doubts that you can actually put your finger on. But it was certain accolades that didn't register in my mind that I didn't have.
Yeah.
So sometimes somebody would be like, if they knew what I was missing, I didn't know what I knew. I didn't know that I needed it. I
Yeah.
don't know. I didn't know what's missing because
Right.
I didn't know what it's supposed to look like.
Mm-hmm.
So only thing I knew is that when I started fighting or when I'm fighting, just fight. And I'm gonna keep doing this, I'm gonna keep doing that. All that other stuff that that come with the game and yeah, you need rings and all shit. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, what I mean? I'm just gonna be to fight, though, motherfucker. I don't know nothing about no ring IQ and all that. Like I didn't when I watched the game, I didn't watch that. I didn't
Yeah.
necessarily watch that part of the game.
So did you know that Klitschko was dangerous because he could punch? Did you know that? I
No, no, no,
mean,
no, 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 no. For sure, you knew that. But my doubt, I didn't necessarily think of doubts like
yeah.
far as like something that I couldn't do. So the doubt was literally just there wasn't no doubt. The doubt was the shit. The doubt was stay away from that right hand. Don't get put on a t-shirt or no meme or no shit like that. Memes wasn't out back then, but I guess I could say that now. But it was. I knew that I was in for like a very tough night based off of me seeing and watching what Klitschko did. But having any doubt like will I be able to do this? Will I be able to do that? Not necessarily. I just knew that you fight and you just you do your best to not get hit and try your best to hit him.
Yo, where'd you guys fight? What city?
It was in Madison
Yeah.
Square
Garden. I
Garden.
think you got with the garden.
Yeah, 2015, April 25th, 2015.
That was the biggest fight you had, you would say?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. That was the biggest stage. There wasn't
Yeah,
no fight bigger than that. That's the biggest stage of boxing.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely the biggest stage of boxing. So,
So what about that Ortiz loss? Did you feel some type of way about that loss after?
what feel that of what about myself? I did feel like if they would have let the fight keep going, then like as I said, you're going to scrape me off the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, but I felt like if they let the fight keep going, there was plenty storms that I weathered plenty storms anyway. Like
So
it was a lot of different things.
I want you to tell the fan what was the one punch I told you to watch out for.
Oh, what that uppercut? Because I was, yeah, no, because it was a lot of, it was going on. But here's the thing, though, but even though I got up, motherfucker,
No,
like,
yeah,
like I
no, no.
got up,
Listen, I don't listen. No, I commend you for that because the brother could punch,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
and he could
Big
punch.
as fuck.
But I knew that just having watched him in the gym prior, I seen him a couple times or two. I knew that was his best shot.
Well, yeah, but then we got to think about the pedigree of Ortiz, period, though. Like so, it's there's punches that other people have to watch out for that wasn't somebody's favorite punch. And
Yeah,
so they just didn't watch out for a punch, period. But Ortiz is he even if somebody were to say watch out for the uppercut, he was skilled and technical enough to still get his favorite punch through, even through somebody watching out for it. So definitely was something that was told to pretty much watch out for. But the way that it happened wasn't necessarily. It wasn't the way it's supposed to happen. Period. That's just how the fuck it went. It wasn't. I wasn't supposed to get hit with the motherfucker, but I did. You know what I mean? So it's like, so you know what I mean. So, but for me, I'm thinking like, okay, after that, after I took the best shot that he could possibly throw,
yeah,
he was wore down big time, and I felt like damn, like if we could have just kept going, instead of the ref like not necessarily prematurely stopping it, but like, all right, let him, let me fall again or something like, you know what I mean? It's just like, and they just took it off of body language because I've seen people have to take like punishment in order for the fight to be stopped. I
yeah,
like
yeah.
that type of fight, and that's the reason why I used to like Steve Smoger because Steve
Mm,
Smoger would literally ref a fight and you got to be getting your ass whipped for Steve to fight it, or you gotta yell at Steve and say, "Steve, stop the fight! This nigga whooping my ass." But I like shit like that because at the end of the day, that's what we do. We're warriors, and
yeah,
so if we're losing, that don't mean we want to quit.
Who
So
was the? Do you remember who the referee was that night?
I think it was Jack Reese. I think it was Jack Reese. I think it was Jack Reese.
I think he was the referee from L.A.
I don't know where you're from, but I think it was. I don't
Reese.
think it was
Reese.
Tony Weeks.
No, it wasn't Tony.
It wasn't Tony. I think it was Jack Reese.
Okay.
Yo,
Yeah, yeah.
what was the biggest thing you think boxing taught you?
Um, boxing was teaching me things at the same time as life was. So it was kind of like correlated. It's correlated between the two. Um, yeah, it's a lot of different things that are like metaphors. Boxing has metaphors, and these things are the same things that you learn in life. You know, you train, you do this. I mean, but the reason why I was able to get into boxing so late at a time and move so fast were already things and attributes that I've already learned. Those are the most important parts of boxing. Period. So make sure you train, make sure you live right, make sure focus and all these other things. Those are the things that I came in the game with. And then I started to see the correlation between life and boxing about how you prepare for certain things and um, you push forward,
Yeah,
you do drills and you train, just like repetitious type of things. And as far as it like teaching me anything in life, nah, it's like it's the correlation that life and boxing has. So they
yeah,
both complement each other,
yeah.
when it comes to like what I've learned from being a boxer.
I know what you mean by that. I understand that.
Mm.
So, was
John,
there anybody in boxing that you wish you just you wish you could have fought that you never got a chance to box against?
yeah,
That I wish I could have fought.
Yeah, just
Uh,
not no grudges. Just somebody, man. There was somebody that, man, I wish I could have fought this cat. Just you never got a chance to fight.
Yeah, I never, not really. I never really took pride in like chasing people.
mhm,
It was always certain like titles or goals at those points. Like these weren't goals that, like I said, I didn't have them in the beginning, but
Hmm.
once you started like getting busy in the game and you started accumulating your own goals and your own things and your own dreams, and yeah,
Well,
it was always with whoever had the top spots, and it never really was with an individual. So I didn't take anything personal with the individual to the point where as though I want to fight you, I got a grudge against you.
yeah. Well,
I ain't right.
not really so much in that way. Was there someone that you just wish you could test your skills against that you said, man, this cat's bad. I would like to fight him. Not
yeah,
somebody you're chasing. Just in your era.
Other than somebody like Wilder, especially
Yeah.
like during our earlier times, Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
But then it was a stretch during Wilder's career that you was just like, yeah, I'm kind of
Yeah.
glad I ain't fight that motherfucker.
Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah.
I mean, but no, definitely when it comes to like testing the skills and testing what I believe that I didn't necessarily have to get caught with.
Yeah.
It definitely it would have been wilder if we would have named any person that I would like to, put my skills up against.
No, and the reason why I asked that because during your time, you didn't have that many fights. A lot of guys probably overlooked you, but you had a good name, and people say he's dangerous. So sometimes fighters don't want to fight you because they hear that, which is unfortunate in boxing. But and my thing was, I just figured maybe you had a couple cats in your division that I wish I'd have fought that cat. Just somebody you want to just test yourself against. But if not, no problem.
Yeah. See, no, I get what you're saying. I get what you mean, but I never had that type of mindset when it came to fighting. Like I never looked at guys and just like I ain't never dreamed of fighting.
Yeah,
I never really liked this shit.
that's true.
Like I didn't want to be there. Not to say not to be there,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to. Nigga,
So
if
who
I could
twisted
choose
your
a different.
who twisted your arm? Who twisted your arm? Who got you in the box? Who really got you to become? Was it Fred or
I
who?
mean,
Okay.
Fred got me in boxing, but I understood the opportunity that that it presented, and I understood the goal that I could actually the goals that I could actually achieve financially when it comes to getting into it.
Yeah.
And other than that, I'm like fighting. I'm like, man, I ain't trying. I mean, I ain't nah. Like,
How
nah.
did you get the Klitschko fight? Like, who did you beat to get that fight, or like who was your promoter or manager at the
So
time?
I think me getting the Klitschko fight was was a part of rubbing the best shoulders ever, right? And it wasn't me necessarily rubbing the shoulders. It was
Right.
actually my handler or my handlers, with my manager, Jay Prince and
Jay Prince from Houston.
yeah, Jay Prince from Houston, and Gary Shaw
Yeah.
and Antonio Leonard. We had connections. They had connections. I was literally just that specimen that stood in that place, but
Yeah.
they had connections, and we had HBO connections, and the game was like when they said the game was wide open, the game was wide open, you know, especially at that point in time. But for Americans, it was difficult. But American TV and American market, it really played a huge part in what other people from other countries wanted because it was like missing, you know, our our market value, kind of was at like a standstill since like the Holyfield and a Tyson and the Michael Moores and then even before with the market that literally put a stamp on American boxing, which is Muhammad Ali and all those other cats. So it's like during the times where the Klitschko was like reigning, it was missing that. And so if you're
Yeah.
missing the American market, you're missing a huge part of the sport. And so that was something that they wanted to try to like recapture,
You know,
recapture that. And they was doing things other places, but they wanted to be able to capture the American market.
yeah,
And
with
who
the,
was number one for the American market for HBO? And not the only, but one of the only, because it was HBO, Showtime, it was maybe somewhere other, but the top two TV networks, it was me. It was the
mm,
number one person for the top TV network. It was me, and that's how that fight came because it was almost like, hey, you want to come over here? You want to do this? Okay, yeah. Well, here's our top guy,
yeah.
and this is the opportunity with this top guy, and it didn't necessarily. I didn't necessarily have to fight anybody for it. Not necessarily did or didn't,
What
but
was your record at the time?
so I was 19-0 when I fought Klitschko.
For that fight, for that, they wanted me to come in that fight, but I told them no because I wasn't gonna step on
Yeah,
your
for
main
that.
trainers. Yeah, I didn't want to step on his toes. I said I'm not gonna do
Uh-huh.
that. Because they kept coming to me. They kept. I said I'm not gonna do that at that point. Because to me, I just thought it was necessary to do that to Fred. I wasn't gonna do that to Fred.
Do you
Yeah.
know
For him to
Fred
call
too,
me.
John?
Yeah, man. I lived in Philly for a while.
Okay, okay. Fred a
Yeah,
good coach.
he was decent to me.
Yeah, Fred's a very decent coach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good
Fred go
dude.
way back.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Fred
yo,
was-
is there any fighters in your era like when you were coming up that you were close with that you might have trained with, went to training camps with?
But as I was coming up, you got Travis Kaufman, um, you have Tomas Adamic, you got people like you got Steve Cunningham. Um, like coming up, I'm trying to go all the way back and then come forward. Um, yeah, and then
Who are some of the cats you liked to watch when you were coming up? Did you like to go to fights and watch them or no?
well, yeah, but those are like the smaller guys, like like the Floyds, the
Yeah,
Andre
yeah, yeah.
Wards,
Yeah.
the Rigondeaux. Um,
Okay.
I didn't really take a liking, not to say take a liking, but I wasn't really like paying too much attention to like
The
to
heavyweight.
everybody.
Yeah.
Those are like the favorites, and those were like the people, especially me being in it. So I would try to like emulate. Like I didn't. I'm not gonna say I idolized, but like I respected a lot of other boxers, and fighters and stuff like that. But it wasn't too many that were amongst my favorites that I could say, yo, I enjoy watching every fight faithfully. Like I wasn't gonna miss a Rigondeaux fight. I wasn't gonna miss an
Mm.
Andre Ward fight, and I was not gonna miss a Floyd fight. But
Mhm.
everybody else would be like, okay, if such and such is fighting or whatever, maybe we watch it, maybe we not, whatever. And no offense to nobody, but it just wasn't. It wasn't what it was with those three fighters.
Mm.
No,
And that was in the earlier that's in the earlier times of my career. As
Yeah.
time went on, certain things changed. I
uh,
grew relationships with people, and it's like, okay, I like this person. I mess with them. I do that. Blah blah blah. But yeah, but I'm just talking things from like the earlier point. You
yeah.
know,
Mm.
yeah. But then when it come to like training with others, like I train with everybody, and then now you gotta get into like me being connected with the USA Boxing and every amateur that came up, we worked
Mhm.
together. We did all that,
Yeah.
so it's like the Shakur's, the Richard Torres, the Jared Andersons. Oh man, it's like everybody, like Keyshawn, like everybody, Tiger, all of them, like literally. So those are some of the those are some of the people that I work with. And then when it comes to like being in gyms and around the same time working with certain people like after HI, bro, like we worked a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then when you go with Jamel and Jamal, Charlo, like going down to Ronnie Shields gym. So we did a lot. And I worked around just about everybody.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how do you feel about the heavyweight division now?
Heavyweight division is out of America. It's not here anymore. It's a more complex and more complicated game as the world is in business as well. But I mean, I guess it is what it is. Um, but I think the landscape of it is it's I think nowadays people focus more on strength and conditioning and not
Hmm.
and not and not being technically sound,
Yeah.
because the more technical fighter, which is Usyk, so that's different. With that shit, that's different. But I think with the up and coming people that's behind, they focus more on being stronger,
Yeah.
being faster, but not being more technically sound. And so we're not necessarily seeing clinics how we should be seeing them when it comes to the game adopting new athletes from time to time, and as it getting better. Say for instance, like you look at the NBA, and we say, damn, like we got people that could, and,
Yeah.
crazy handles of
Facts.
all the different aspects of the game that they're being good at. And it's
So
not
you think the
necessarily like
boxers are getting worse or better?
yeah, not to say it's getting worse, but the technicalities of it is shifting.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about who can establish the best jab, or who got the best hook off the jab, or who got the best, you know, um, setting up for the right hand, or setting up with like the defense and all this stuff like that. A lot of it is just like not rock'em sock'em robots, because these people are fighting, but we wanna see like complete fighters. We would love to see that, and we don't
Yeah.
necessarily see that with heavyweight boxing nowadays. Um, like I
What
said,
do
we
you
have
what
we
do you
have some
think the
people, but we,
Americans what do you think the Americans are doing
oh
wrong?
no,
Like,
well, it's not just the Americans; it's just worldwide.
you
So,
know, what
Well,
about
the
the
pro-
American heavyweights?
the American heavyweights is
The
I don't know. I don't. Yeah, yeah, I don't know where they
well,
at, what they going.
yeah. Biggest problem would be today in boxing is not so much the fighters. But you don't have the Don Kings, the Bob Arums, the Lou Dewis. You don't have these guys on hustling like they once did. All the TV deals are gone. HBO,
yeah,
USA, ABC, NBC, CBS. You don't have those Showtime. All those are gone. So today's promoters aren't hustlers like they once were, which hurts the fighters because there's a lot of guys that I see a lot of guys now getting fights on YouTube. They'll not Instagram. They'll call somebody out. That's how they make a fight. They don't fight the number one and two, number one, number two guy fight. Number six against number eight. It's
Right.
just different now than what it used to be. You guys don't. Well, these guys don't fight each other like we once did.
Yeah, people just be jumping up, you know,
You
skipping
know,
on.
and the promoters don't really care. You know, they go for whatever who's the most popular person.
Yeah, that's it. Popularity would get you a
Yeah,
fight,
yeah. If you got
not skill. So that's another
yeah,
aspect of the game shifting. So we already understand we're not necessarily focusing on skill. The aspect of the skill of boxing, we could focus
yeah.
on, you know, strength and conditioning and taking out the the technically sound fighters. But most importantly nowadays, it's all about the notoriety and your fame, your
Listen,
popularity.
case in point is when this what's the kid what's the white boy
With
Jake
Jake
Paul,
Paul,
and I ain't got nothing against him, but he was smart. When these promoters quit making these fights, he started making his own fights, and he got smart. I can't knock him for what he did. It's just the fact that these guys let him in the game. These top notch promoters let this kid that knew nothing about boxing in the game. He took off with it.
Yeah, he
You know,
ran with
he
it.
got
He
Tyson
ran with
paid.
it. Yeah, this guy started printing money like no tomorrow.
You know, and
right?
that's one of the biggest problems in boxing today. These promoters, they're not what they used to be. These guys just aren't hustlers of boxing. They don't hustle and get these things done for the fighters, man. And it hurts the fighters in general. But that's one of the biggest problems today in boxing.
Hmm.
How do you change that though now? Yo, Dana White's in boxing now. How do you feel about that?
You know that they let him in.
Think
He's
he's gonna
same thing.
fuck up the
Yeah,
game?
right. They let him
Here's
in.
a guy, UFC guy. He's in boxing now. That's what I'm saying. All the guys that know boxing, all these so-called promoters, they're not hustlers of boxing though. They're not out there trying to get that money to make it work for the people that they supposedly endorse and help out these fighters.
Hmm.
You know. So now it's down to, now that's now that's on the league. They got two different leagues that started. So boxing's
Oh, yo,
it's
they're
just
killing
changing.
the sport, man. You
You
think
know,
they're killing it or helping it?
slowly, slowly.
Slowly
They,
killing it?
yeah.
It's
Well,
slowly getting watered down, no?
because it's not what it used to be. You don't see that many fights on TV. You don't see that many fights live. If you go to
Right.
you really when I was in boxing, when I turned pro, I was at the Blue Horizon. They have fights like every almost at least once a month, if not twice a month. You know, in different places you can go in Philly, you see fights all the time, but you don't really see fights as much as you used to, like in a city like that. And that's a boxing town. It used to be.
Right. Oh, she turned that channel on.
Yo, you in the gym? You still in the gym? You coach now?
No, I'm to be honest with you, yeah, I still got everything. I still got my six pack. I still got everything. I be in the gym. I be in the gym every day, man. Just trying to stay young. At the same time, I think, yeah, I be waiting around for opportunities. Yeah, and I still do my thing with all levels and all ages of boxers, and yeah, it's not something it's not something that I feel as though I lack enough of to the
Yeah.
point where if I really wanted to, that I can get back and get it rolling. Like I mean, you look at the heavyweight division now, like, and the same people are around. Like these are the same people that was around when I was around. Like it's not necessary. I mean, you have new people, you have different people, but it's like it's not that drastic. It's not like a whole new wave of like heavyweights that come in and take over. Like you still got you still got the Tyson Furies. And even like with the Wilder and Chisora fight, it's like those are fights that people are still seeing and putting on. So
Yeah,
they're
yo,
still
that fight
there.
was actually entertaining. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
it
lie, I
was.
like watching that fight,
It
yo.
was ugly for us. Like, damn, like that motherfucker. They was fighting. Like it's like,
They were
sheesh.
fighting, street fighting.
But I'm gonna tell you, but think about this now. These two cats, they were in your era, fighting today. Where's
Right.
today's guy? Where's today's fighters that doing the same thing, making that kind of money? Getting that kind of interest in boxing. I just think those two guys are the last of a dying breed from your era.
Right.
So
And that's
where's
what I
today?
mean.
Yeah, where's today's fighters? They're not doing that.
Yeah, because the young
Yeah.
guys don't want to fight the young guys no
Well,
more.
forget them to fight somebody. Shoot, listen, fight me. I'll fight somebody. Shoot. Hey, it might not last for 3 or 4 rounds. But I'm gonna listen. I'm running the whole time I can.
John, you still be running all the
John, you
time?
coming out of
Yeah.
retirement for the
Hell,
right
well, for $20 million,
fight?
come out of
For the
retirement.
right fight, you coming out. Yo, Jake Paul. You're doing
Man,
that or what? Come on, you're doing that.
now
Yeah.
listen, no, there's a couple coaches that been talking trash. I ain't forgot about them. I want to get them to come on out. I'll fight
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
You think
And
you
then
beat Jake Paul?
John, a motherfucker, I know for sure. He leave out, he come back in the house sweating like a motherfucker. Be like, yeah, what you run? Yeah, 4 miles. Like this motherfucker, he's a
Yeah,
4 mile nigga.
I'm gonna run 4 miles a day. That's a minimum. That's it. I'm running. That's a maximum.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I still, I still, I do a little something. I don't do. I'm not crazy with it, but I'm walking, running.
Yeah.
I sparred with my son, but I left that alone. My son hit me one time. I said, "Hey," I left. Yeah, I left that alone.
Yeah. Yeah, so I figured we wasted about an hour already to
Yeah, no, we're good. Thank you for coming on the show, Brian Jennings, bro. We
Yeah, I
appreciate it.
appreciate it, man.
yeah, we can
It's good. It's good to see you. So listen, we're probably doing the show in the future. I want to do a show. I get like 4 or 5 guys on. We talk about
okay,
today,
yeah. We can do
today's
that.
boxing. You know,
Yeah, we could do that.
as opposed to years ago. Okay, definitely. So man, listen, take care of yourself. Glad to see you, brother. Good to see you
All
in
right. Good to
in
see
good
you as
health.
well, man. Take care, man.
Definitely.
All right.
Take care.
Take care.
I'll turn this on. I'll turn this on. There you go.